My name is Heather Feather. I am the owner of Rare Bird Medicine, and today's topic is Lay Thy Burden Down. I have been well blessed, because I know super cool people, to have the opportunity to sit with Madre Ayahuasca this past month twice. Once to celebrate the birth of a beautiful soul, and once to celebrate the union and marriage of a beautiful soul. And was graced with amazing humans, wonderful teachers, well blessed in both experiences. In the most recent plant medicine journey, one of the things I was asking the medicine, as a general rule, I usually just, as far as intent goes with plant medicine, Madre Ayahuasca, San Pedro, any of it, Bufo, it doesn't matter what I'm receiving. I don't really have an intent aside from let me surrender to what it is you teach me. Let me just receive you. I don't really push my will into the medicine. I just humbly ask that I receive you. If you want me to vomit, then may I vomit. That serves the body. If you want me to hold the breath, may I hold the breath. I just trust the process, and I trust the ancient wisdom. I call Madre Ayahuasca usually Abuela de la Tierra, grandmother of the earth, because she's an ancient wisdom keeper, and I usually see Mother Earth as the mother, Pachamama, sacred Gaia. Neither here nor there, Heather Feather. But she is an ancient teacher, and the shaman I've been training with, I'm really grateful when he offers teaching. And one of the things he had said when I was in the initial circle was to just remember that we can be in communication with her. I'm always in communication with her when I'm in the medicine, sometimes not in the medicine. And it just kind of gave me a liberation to really open my throat chakra and speak to her more in these two journeys and ask questions, because she's full of rich wisdom for when all three of my eyes are blinded, So I was asking her, why is it so easy for your children to treat me disrespectfully, to not honor my time, or to be willing only to honor my body, but not my mind or my heart or my spirit, to, the dramatic way I'll speak to the self about it is to treat me like trash, to just throw me into the wind, or to aggressively say no and not, I'm grateful because I'm definitely in life always seeking that which is seeking me. And I think there's a deliciousness to that. And so I don't have a lot of resistance to life's no. Thank you for the no. And it does create an ask in me, why so much no from your children? Why so much judgment? Why so much? I wanted to understand, why do I always come back to this piece where I feel like a burden to humanity, or a burden to those that I would desire to love? Or why is that such an easy role for me to play when every single day my intent is to be the light of love and form, and to remove my blocks to the awareness of love's presence, and to the best of my ability to be loved? Now, certainly, I feel that aim daily. There are ways I can be so insular and so in my internal world in a public place that I miss the mark of opportunities that I have to be connected, to be intimate, intimacy, and may I see into thee as well, and to have true connectivity, or agape, or unconditional love with my brethren, because I'm just mired in my internal world. And I had an opportunity today to connect with a two-legged at a coffee shop I go to. And he's a great guy. I think he's dating this really neat girl now, and I've just been watching them. But it's funny, I've seen him 5 times at the cafe, and I know who he is, and I did not say hello because I'm in, I'm so in my world, it's almost feels like a long distance to get to the door to say hello and be in my body with people. But today I was able to connect and be hello, how are you? Let's be regular a little bit, a little reggae today. Let's try to be a little in the natural movements, as it were. And so that was really pleasant. But there's a piece of, I don't know, a lot of two-leggeds don't have a lot of accountability when they engage with me. Accountability for just having awareness and empathy. I feel like so much of my life is driven by being empathetic and sensitive to the needs of others and attentive to those needs. And a lot of learning around First of all, Heather, you're nobody's hero. It's not your job to solve everyone's needs. And it is your job to communicate more clearly, to understand what a need is before you attempt to address it. And so I've had great learning from this divine or soul-given drive, or, I don't know, mental carapace of intention that's been built over lifetimes of wanting to serve, wanting to be helpful, wanting to be medicinal, wanting to be love in response to fear and light in response to shadow. And it is such a tremendous facet of my being. And I'm still having a human experience, and I certainly fail that in many ways. And part of being love in form is remembering to be gentle with yourself as you weather storms in your human form and try to figure it all out. Anyhow, I'm asking the medicine, why? Why is it so easy when my intent, when the target I'm aiming at, when the intention and the attention are on the light of truth and the light of love? Please show me what I'm missing that I can do to more clearly hit my aim. And please help me better understand why so many two-leggeds respond to me, even when I'm holding that frequency of like loving and praying for everyone in the room and blessing, and then some two-legged, I have a weird interaction. I'm like, oh, it's very interesting. And not everything's about me, and I don't think it is. You know what I mean? Lots of interactions that we have are not about us. With a Cancer moon and Mars, some of the things I've learned through my behavior and my heart, being in a space of wanting to nurture, is to recognize that, with that innate nature of nurture, sometimes we can be defensive or misplaced in our energetic essence when we don't feel like nurture is present, as we feel like a steward or a gatekeeper of it. And so I have had a lot of things kind of reflect back to me, like, it's not always about you. But it's funny because the medicine, she was like tickling me with these millions of licks of black tongues and I could see the words, am I a burden, 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 am I such a burden to you? Just for having walked into a room, and I can't get off this wheel that keeps me from walking into rooms. And is it a burden that I have arrived, And it's a silly thought, but also possible. Infinite probabilities exist in an infinite multiverse paradigm, and I don't want to be a burden. I want to be a grace. I want to be a gift. I want to be an offering. I want to be human and allow my humanness, and to always strive towards a more in light I'm meant to be state in my offering, and love-based state in my offering. And so she was tickling these thoughts of am I unlovable? Does no one understand? Does nobody see me? Who the fuck am I? Why can't you know? Ah, la, 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 la. She just sang this beautiful, beautiful, sacred Abuela de la Tierra, Icaros, to my soul of all the pain I've felt in not being witnessed at all in my truth. Even when I am loving and being unconditionally loving and offering love, it's too much communication, too intimate, too long being in intimacy. Let me run. Like two-leggeds. I can't wait to run away from this intimacy. Stop looking at me. I don't want to look into you. I gotta go. It's like, okay, run. I give you double the amount of time to run. May we double down your space in your running. May you run for as long as you need to. May you run forever away from me if it serves you. You know what I mean? I want for you what you want for you. I want for you what on the highest levels you want for you, But there's this piece of the pain of knowing that you are a no for someone and you are a swipe left, no thanks, don't want to engage with this entity. And as she was showing me the way that's flushed up in my consciousness for a lifetime, she started showing me every person I've ever dated. And she showed me a little bit of the love that I give. And I'm not a saint in relationship. Heather has things to learn in every single relationship she's ever had or will have. I'm having a human experience along with everyone else. And there's much to learn down here. And she was showing me, like, I have a lot of love to give. And then she was showing me each person that I was attempting to share love and intimacy and connectivity and presence of mind and heart and body and spirit all at the same time, all four quadrants of being, getting attention and being tickled and titillated and recognized and respected. And she was showing me all these beautiful people that I've loved and how they just didn't have anywhere to put it or know how to receive it or had not ever received it so devotedly in their life. There are a lot of things I get to learn in relationship, and there are things that I do relatively commonly gracefully well. And one of those is to be willing to serve the beloved and to be in a state of wanting to offer and extend and be an equal partner and be, devoted and be committed and be responsible for myself and my growth and evolution work and willing to take ownership and accountable and respectful to the other person. So those are some gifts that I can bring. I don't necessarily say that they're always present. And she was showing me that they didn't have any. It's like in your pockets, it's like their pockets were overflowing and it's pouring out of their ears and eyes and mouth and nose. And I'm still just like, I love you. Like, you're amazing. Like, you make all the stars in me light up. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's like we have these inner stars in Celtic shamanism, and it feels like, you illuminate my inner stars, just your very presence. And I love to love, and I love all of humanity before I even engage or meet with them, because back of it all, I believe, is love and is union. And that's the foundation of my temple, right? And so she showed me how much it was. And then she took a moment to show me Heather Feather, you know what I mean? This girl that I'm asking, is she trash? Is she a burden? Is she deserved of the way the children of light oft choose to respond to her? Now, don't get it twisted. Don't get me wrong. I'm well blessed with unbelievable souls that I feel see me better than I see myself and love me richly and deeply. And those files are never deleted as I look at another facet of the crystal called what am I? And do you see me? But it's and the magnitude of love and connectivity I can feel with others and intimacy and connection and quintessence of the beauty of love is deep and rich and multifaceted in the ways I experience it. And I also have a common experience with the shadow side of man. I feel like a galactic mirror. I know I have a lot of trickster totem, and it feels like I often shake up in the mirror for me and everybody like, hey, here's our shadow. Like, do we want to do anything with this? Because this is awkward and uncomfortable for both of us probably. But then she decided to show me Heather Feather. And I just wanted to take a minute to ask you if you see you in the same way. And it was Heather Feather. And this orchestra of light, these iridescent colors, this sacred geometry spaceship of iridescent and brilliant warming light floated into a black void, and it lit up all of the cosmos and all of the black holes in it, and it just lit up a space, and it was Heather Feather, Heather Feather, and it was like, do you see yourself, you little doe-eyed deer, you little cutie patootie, you sweet little turtle that sits upon a rock as all the stars shine at the moon? Do you see yourself? Even if others are blind in all three eyes, do you know who you be? In the living tree? In this primordial soup and sea? Do you know who you be? So I was hoping you might take a minute with me today to see yourself. Even if others are blind in all three eyes. May you know what you be. No doubt if you're watching this, you mean a lot to me. Be Magical starts this Thursday. It will occur Thursday from September 5th until October 24th, every Thursday from 6 to 8 Mountain Time or from 7 to 9 Central Standard Time. You can go to rarebirdmedicine.com, click on the classes link, and sign up for that class, which starts next Thursday. I'd love to have you there, and I always love to hear your comments and thoughts. Please feel free to subscribe to the YouTube channel and share your comments and thoughts there. Blessed be Amun.